Today, on Running to Him.
God demands obedience to the society to which you belong. Today's reading is Exodus chapter 21, verses 12 through 36, and we'll be concentrating on verses 12 through 17. Exodus 21, 12 through 17 says, "He who strikes a man so that he die shall surely be put to death. But if he did not lie in wait for him, but God let him fall into his hands, then I will appoint you a place where he may flee. If, however, a man acts presumptuously towards his neighbor so as to kill him craftily, you are to take him even from my altar, that he may die. He who strikes his father or mother shall surely be put to death. He who kidnaps a man, whether he sells him or he is found in his possession, shall surely be put to death. He who curses his father or his mother shall surely be put to death." Over the last few years, some have heard the term living under the rule of law. Any society, primitive or advanced, must live under a set of laws that define societal life. Some laws may be capricious. The English wrote a law in the 1800s that was a capital offense to wear anything green in what is now the country of Ireland. The background of the law was to prevent Irish independence, but many laws, such as laws against robbery, murder, personal conduct, are necessary for society to exist. God gave Moses specific laws that would dictate how society would deal with some issues in an unambiguous way. We may view some of the laws as archaic, such as the laws governing cattle, but society at the time was agrarian, and therefore it was necessary to define conduct clearly. Now I'd like to have us think about a relationship between law and conduct in society. For a law to apply to any person, they must be part of that society. For example, as an American, I follow the law of driving on the right-hand side of the street while in Canada, the United States, and Mexico. However, if I were in Great Britain and I drove on the right-hand side of the street, I would be putting myself in danger and anyone else on the road. Therefore, British law does not apply to me unless I'm in Britain, and American law does not apply if I'm in Britain. Before I came to have a relationship with God, my view of the Ten Commandments and other rules in the Bible was that of complacency. I didn't care whether I broke the law or not. I was not part of a community that held to those rules or laws. But when I became part of that society of believers, those laws and rules became part of my life. Now, I've been asked at times why I don't hold to the laws in the Old Testament. My response is that I apply the laws that do apply to my relationship with God and disregard the laws that are applicable to an agrarian Jewish society 3,000 years ago. I am not part of the Jewish society which came from Egypt, but, and this is important, I am a part of the religious Judeo-Christian society in my relationship with God. Paul writes in Romans 11, 17 and 18, "But if some of the branches were broken off, and you, being a wild olive, were grafted in among them and became a partaker of the rich fruit of the olive tree, do not be arrogant towards the branches. But if you become arrogant, remember that it is not you who supports the root, but the root that supports you." That's from the New American Standard. We believers are not a separate plant going alongside Israel. We are grafted into Israel because of our relationship with God through Christ. Therefore, Jewish religious law becomes important to me, not to dictate how I live. God freed Peter and all who believe from the following the dietary and sacrificial laws, see Acts chapter 10. But he did not exempt me from the laws surrounding my relationship with him. I'm still required to be holy. I must treat my fellow man with kindness, etc. Laws only apply to the society to which you belong.
Thank you for listening. We pray that today's devotion was meaningful to you. We would love to hear from you. You can use either Facebook or YouTube to like, subscribe, share, and tell others about us. If you would like to contact us, you can reach me at phineasjacobus@runningtohim.net.